What's up, everybody? Did you miss me? Spencer Israel here again. I missed y'all over from pre-market prep. This is live trading. Normally I'm not here, but Mitch is out at South by Southwest and also getting a tour of a certain EV factory down there for Benzinga. So he'll be back tomorrow. But I've got Ryan Faloona here. I've got Zunaid here. I've got Aaron Bree here. They'll be circling in the next few minutes. But we got a lot to get to. A lot we didn't cover on the show today, on pre-market prep this morning, at least. A lot that I still want to talk about. I still want to talk more about China. I think this is the story of the day. I mean, the Fed really is like the macro story of the day, but like the trading story of the day is China. I've never seen a day like this in my 7 years here with the sheer quantity of stocks that are up 40, 30, 20% or more. I mean, there's like 50 stocks this morning that are up 20% at least. It's really remarkable. So, anyway, smash that like button. Let's roll that intro, and I'll bring on Mr. Ryan Faloona.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
All right, Mr. Faloona, are you ready, sir? Thumbs up. Mr. Faloona. There he
Yes.
is.
Hello. Sorry, I tried to add myself at the same time. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Excellent. We did not even cover the handful of earnings reports this morning on pre-market prep. So I want to get to those as well because we did have a couple. But
Let's start with those then.
okay, cool. Let's start with JBL, which is up. What is it up in the pre-market this morning? It's up nicely. It's up like 7-8% on their report. Their EPS came in above estimates. Wait a minute. Come on, Pro. I'm not. That's why I'm typing in the wrong ticker. JBL is the ticker here. JBL. EPS beat, sales beat, guidance beat, and the stock is up here. Let's bring up the chart here. As I said, I think it's up like 8% now. Jabil Circuit. So that's one of the few. There aren't that many earnings reports that I care about this morning, but that's one of them. So very nice pre-market action here. We actually just recently made a new high of the pre-market session just a few moments ago. I guess that's not true. I guess I guess the high.
Did the Nikkei reach a new high? Sorry, inside joke.
The Nikkei? No.
Yeah, that was a you and Dennis argument.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks back.
Yeah. I know. I remember.
Okay.
I remember. Yeah. No. So pre-market high is 61.15, so we're a buck off that or so. But anyway, great report, great pre-market session for Jabil. I always like to go to the peers tab and see, okay, because I don't really remember off the top of my head like who do they play with as far as like what sandbox they play in and who are their peers, and don't really see any too much action here this morning off any big names, off any of their peers. So I'm going to just go back to the chart here. But anyway, nice report there for Jabil. You're back to where you were basically a month ago. So you've basically gained a month of losses back in one morning here, which is pretty sweet. So nothing jumps out to me. Nothing obvious jumps out to me on like the support or resistance area. I mean, your pre-market high is pretty obvious resistance in a pretty important area, 61.15, but nothing really jumps out to me on the daily chart. Do you have any thoughts here, Ryan, on Jabil?
On JBL or Jabil? No, this is not a stock that I track at all.
Cool.
Can you flip over to that 5-minute chart by chance? Oh, you don't have 1 minute is fine. 1 minute is fine.
Is 15 good or no?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't really see anything that jumps out there. Go back to the daily real quick.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, here, let me pull this up here because I actually think that this one, in order to discern levels, this would be ripe for a fib retracement. So let me just go ahead and do this here real quick. It won't take me long at all. And then I'll actually be able to give you some levels. So, all right. So here's what I would be looking at in terms of support and resistance. And right now, it kind of looks like we're in some no man's land, right? It does look like we bounced off the 0.382 level, which was right around 51.27, and we can call it 52, I suppose, is where it bounced here. It looks like we're trying to break back up. The one thing that does jump off my eye, it's not really necessarily a support and resistance level, but it does kind of jump out to me, is that it looks like this trend that we were in has been broken. And so it looks like we're now trading above and then closing above this trend line. What I would like to see is I'd like to see some of the supply in this area get taken out. So we're currently at 60.50. I'd like to see some of the supply between here and 63 get taken out. I think it might be kind of a muddy trade at that point. But I think if you're able to clear that out, this thing might pop. We've seen in the past how this can actually move pretty ferociously. So we have a nice catalyst here in the earnings report. So perhaps that'll provide it some juice. We'll watch this one today. We'll watch this one today. I think a lot is going to depend on volume.
Yeah, this other one is really interesting to me. Smart Sheet, sorry, SMAR. Okay, if I bring up my screen here, I'll give you the numbers. The earnings per share beat by a couple cents, sort of the sales, but their guidance was not good. Their EPS guidance came in extremely light, sort of their sales guidance for the quarter and the year. Now, that being said, let me pull up a chart. This is and let me show you why this interests me. This is a stock. This is a growth stock. It's been in a massive downtrend, as you can see, right? The all-time high was up here from September. What's that? $82. We've gone from 82, so we've basically been cut in half here in 6 months. Okay, and now they had a bad report. So what is it doing? Well, it's down. But look at what's happened in the last, really since the low from last night. It's actually rallied for the duration of the pre-market session here. Now, what we've been seeing is these growth stocks, there's no mercy, right? There's bad news, and they get punished, then they get punished again, and they punished again, and punished again. It's death by 1,000 cuts. We've seen companies sell off on good reports, too. This is a bad report where Smart Street is only down 3% in the pre-market after being down much more last night. If that can go green today, I think that's a little bit of a tell that maybe sentiment may have turned. I don't remember the last time we saw a growth stock end up green after a bad headline, because it's been such a negative environment for growth in general. So I'm watching this closely. Yesterday's close is going to be very important. That's 36.40. That's 39. So want to see if get to 39. That's the close, right? I'm right. I'm doing the right thing. No, the close is 43. Sorry, the close. So I want to see it get to 43. But the fact that it's rallied this morning on bad news tells me that, okay, has the environment maybe shifted, or is this just a fake out, and is it just a continuation of the broader trend here? I don't know, but I'm watching Smart Sheet because I'm surprised to see it rallying all morning in light of what was essentially a bad report.
Yeah. So first of all, close on yesterday's candle was 43.49.
Yeah.
But you're right in your overall thesis here about some of these growth stocks. When you get bad news and the stocks don't really trade down a lot, that's going to be your sign that maybe a bottom is in. The one thing that I will say is I don't want to make any sweeping generalizations about bottoms or tops being in, because it's not easy to do, and frankly, it's not really a profitable strategy. If the bottom is in for this name, great. What I want to see is I want to see this happen in other names so that we can make an inference across a particular sector. I don't think this one data point is going to be enough. That being said, they did have a bad earnings report. Did you comb through the earnings report? I didn't. Full disclosure.
No, but their guidance was bad. I mean, their earnings was fine, but the guidance, the stuff that really matters, the forward-looking numbers came in below estimates for the quarter and for the year. Well, I guess for the year was okay, but no, it wasn't. So the sales guidance was fine, but the earnings, the bottom line number, right? Their actual, net income, basically, guidance below estimates by kind of a lot. So
it makes me wonder what is in that report that's being viewed as a positive, and I'm sure that there is. You just have to go through it. But just to your overall point about stocks that really don't trade down after some type of bad news, that is absolutely a tell, and that is absolutely something that we should look for.
Yeah. All right. I can talk for the rest of the morning here about China, but are there any other things on your radar, Ryan, that you wanted to cover?
Yeah, I mean, basically, with gap ups like this, it's the same old story, right? We still have a VIX under 30, which is great. I want to make sure we don't end up giving all of these gains back. That's always the worst when we have a gap and crap, if you will. So I'm going to be watching that. But otherwise, feels like risk on today, right? So we should be able to find some good day trades. I was looking at the movers tool here, and there are a couple that look appealing. CWeb here. This is obviously the ETF. I do like trading ETFs. I feel like they're a little bit safer. We're talking about trading some Chinese names here. First of all, just full disclosure, none of these would be held overnight. I'd absolutely only be intraday trading these. And CWeb here, this is going to be your levered bull ETF. This might give us a trade here. I basically mapped out some different levels where the sentiment shifted. BEKE, this is one that we've actually seen run like crazy before. So I'm going to be watching this one. Again, this has the why is it moving? That's broadly affecting a lot of these different stocks. DD, this is a popular one for people. I don't necessarily trade this. We might end up getting some action here. One of the things that I'd like to see is I'd like to see it take out these highs that we put in the pre-market. So a pop to day high, maybe 265-ish. That should actually send this. We might be able to get a trade out of this. The big one here, though, is going to be KC. We traded this yesterday. This was on the scanner yesterday. It was on the scanner multiple times yesterday. We actually started to butt up in yesterday's session. We started to butt up to this 320 level that we really couldn't take out. We ended up taking it out in the after hours, and then obviously today we get the gap up. So a lot of action here on KC. We're absolutely going to be watching this for some scalps. And then Pinduoduo. This is a stock that's down from what, over 100, right? 200. Look at this chart. Look at this.
I know.
Name like this. I mean, say again. I'm sorry.
It defies logic.
It defies logic, and we're not trying to hold this. We're not saying it's going back to 200, but this stock likes to move around, and this also, it's a little bit higher priced than some of these smaller cap stocks and these smaller price stocks that we talk about for scalping, but this should be fairly liquid enough, and we might be able to find some plays here with Pinduoduo as well. So I'm not as I didn't make it through the entire movers list like you did today, but I got a couple of ideas right here at the beginning, and of course, Spencer, what we're going to be doing is we're watching the scanner as soon as it's open. I'm going to be looking for relative volume plays. Days like this, I think you actually might get some movement out of there. And I'm a little angry. I got shaken out of my CCJ position yesterday. It's, of course, gapping up today. So I'm looking to get some of that back. Maybe even trade CCJ today. We'll see.
Wow. Yeah, as I was telling Ryan before, and I mentioned on pre-market prep this morning, today was the first time ever that I actually made it to the bottom of my up movers tool in pro, because there's 100 rows here. There's 100 fields, and on any given, I'll show you what it usually looks like. Like this is the bottom of my losers tool, and you can see like these things are down 0.25%, which I don't care about. Stocks are down 0.25%. To me, that basically means they're flat. There's no purpose to look at these. I care about big movers, big gainers, big losers. But today on the up movers tool, the lowest gainer is up a whopping 7%, which on a normal day would be a lot. But today it's not, because you got stocks up 40%, 30%. Like DD's up 44% this morning. Pinduoduo is up 36% this morning. Billy up 31%. So it's very remarkable.
Did you just say dilly?
Dilly.
Oh, I thought you were going back to the commercial. Dilly. I thought you were totally going back to that. Oh my God, sorry.
What's going on? We got some tunes in the background, Zunaid? Is that you?
That was me. I got tunes on, baby. You know what tunes means? It's about to be a good morning.
Is that what that means? Also,
you got spy calls. I forgot about that. Wait, did you sell?
What were you going to say, Spencer?
Oh, but Aaron Bree is in a great mood, and I'll let him explain why.
Why?
No,
Yeah.
I don't have spy calls, but I do have calls on something, Zunaid. Let me go ahead and pull
Let's
up
hear
my
it,
screen.
baby.
Someone in the chat already guessed it. Here we go.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
What's
about
the
it.
expiration on
We
that?
are going to look at my positions. All right, these Tesla puts, dead. I don't care. All right, I have these 2 Baba $100 calls that don't expire until December. So yeah, expiration date December 16th, break even price 120, but I don't care. It doesn't need to get up to that break
I
even
think that
price.
says 110,
What'd I say?
120.
Okay, sorry, 110 and then 20. I'm so excited. Can't read numbers here. I don't know what these are going to open at, but we shall see. But that's not even my only Baba position. I got into a shorter date call, this $83 call that expires 325. So I don't know if we open $10 above 83, this will, or 91 right now, we'll have an intrinsic value of at least $1,000. Like I said, this Tesla put dead.
I
Yo,
love it.
lunch was on AB today.
I love it. Wingstop on you then, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say AB is getting lunch for the office. This is sweet.
That
is
Someone,
awesome.
I'm not
yeah,
even in the office.
someone in the someone in the chat. 30. You want me to pay for your Starbucks this morning? Send me your Venmo. I got your Starbucks. No problem.
I'm gonna laugh if this gets halted right before the open and he can't sell these contracts and he bought someone.
Hey, Ryan, look. Has my thesis changed? No. I'm holding. I'm diamonds handing.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop it.
No, I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
My boy about to hit sell quick.
Yo, Aaron just told someone to Venmo him and he'll pay for his.
That's how he's feeling this morning, man. I mean, damn.
God, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
Michael
I love
Murray.
it.
I heard they got some good tacos down in Austin, Texas. Send me your Venmo. Tacos on me today, baby.
I thought Michael Murray was a wings guy.
He's in everything.
thought he was
Food truck.
a wings
Yeah,
guy.
I thought he
no,
was
no.
an energy
Michael
guy.
Murray's a
Wings.
tacos. He's a tacos for an appetizer guy, wings for the meal guy.
That's-
Can't believe it.
So yeah, I mean, well, let's talk about, because Spencer, I know you guys covered this. Why exactly are these Chinese names ripping?
Why? Because the Chinese central bank overnight came out and I guess they've given in, if you believe them, because they came out and said, we are going to support our capital markets. We're going to support our real estate market. We support overseas listings on foreign exchanges. We are trying to finish up these investigations into big tech as quickly as possible, but we are here to support our stock market. And that is the exact opposite of the vibe they've given off for the last, 10 months or so. So that's it. Everything is up today. If you have exposure to China, you're trading higher, whether you're a Chinese stock or not. Look at Las Vegas Sands. Look at Wynn. They have Macau exposure. They're trading up. Everything is higher.
Well,
And I'll say this because
Sorry.
I'll
Go
say this because I've seen some people like on FinTwit. No, happy. I don't even know. Like, I might break even on Baba today. I've been trying to buy the dip on Baba for the past few months and lost money. So it's not like, I just opened my first position and timed it perfectly. I don't want that to be the idea out there, because that's misinformation. I've seen a lot of people on FinTwit like mad that Chinese stocks are up, that people are like, why are people buying these names? Like China this, China that. Look, China's our biggest trade partner. If you want relationships with US and China to completely fall through, fine. We can ultimately end up one day where we're independent of China. I think that would be great in the long run. In the short term, that would mean 100% a recession. It would mean hyperinflation because we rely on China for production. Costs of things would go completely insane. So to root for us falling out of positive trade relations with China is the silliest thing in the world to me. If you care at all about not heading into a recession, if you care about avoiding hyperinflation, and don't be mad at China.
Aaron, dude, you're overthinking this like crazy, man. They're just short. They're just short the names. That's it. They're not thinking about hyperinflation and getting rid of
there's big anti-China
they're
rhetoric
short.
out there, Ryan.
Yeah, but come on, some of the folks in the FinTwit world that are influencers, They're either A, had
You know what, do
puts,
me a favor
or
and don't even say
two.
that word on the stream anymore. Just don't
All
even
right,
say
bye,
anything.
bye, Spencer. You've been on the stream for too long.
Wait, what? Why'd you just he was in the middle of
What?
something.
All right, fine.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
Yeah, I was
God,
gonna say he's talking. Zunaid's talking about me. I think.
Oh.
No.
You're not
Oh.
an influencer, no.
Look,
You're a
just
cool person.
because you went famous on Twitter because of one tweet that you sent out or whatever it was.
was
I
a
forgot what
great
the
tweet.
tweet was.
It was a great tweet.
You know what I'm talking
It
about.
was,
AB.
it was stock split. Good to see.
Yeah.
Good to see. Who was it?
It-
Following
it was-
Facebook, following
it was-
Google's.
Yes. It was after Facebook got cut in half.
Did Benzinga ask you for an interview?
No. No. All right. I'm gonna hop off and then I'll hop back on in like a half hour because I got some things to do. I got to get ready for live trading today or Benzinga live. So I'll come back in like a half hour.
Sounds good, pal.
right.
See you later. I am long. Speaking of Chinese stocks, I am long Neo in the pre-market at 1768. I am going to add more. You can see if you want to show my charts. I am going to add more at 1710 here on TradeStation. And then my stop loss will probably be, let's go ahead and have our stop loss be like 75. So we're risking about 25 cents.
What about? Have you guys been following the BYDDF at all?
Which ticker?
what? Wait, can you put up our screens or one
Yeah,
of
of
ours?
course. Which one do you want? Yours?
Yeah, unless
the
Ryan's showing
ticker,
something.
it's an OTC ticker. The ticker is BYDDF. This is Warren Buffett's, not his company, but he's like a big investor. So it's Warren Buffett backed, and it's an electric car company in China. So it's kind of like a Tesla Neo competitor. Kathy Wood just bought some more shares of this company. I don't really know too much about the company, to be honest. Warren Buffett signing off on it is like all I need to know. I'm not in it because I don't even know like how I would go about buying OTC stocks. But I think it's interesting, especially with all these Chinese names still beaten down from the past couple months.
I have no
I
idea
don't
about this
trade
one.
OTC stocks, so I'll pass this to Zunaid.
Yeah, I have no idea about this one whatsoever. This just looks like a bunch of paper cuts on the chart. Literally looks like just floating. You know how if you ever been to those, what is it called? Like the candle where you light a candle and you let it go up in the air. Damn, what's it called?
Visual?
No. It's like a
Apothecary?
huh?
Apothecary?
No, it's I don't know, whatever. But that's
the
what it
word,
reminds me
man.
of.
Be
Like a bunch
better.
of fireflies. It looks
A
like a bunch of
haberdashery.
fireflies. How about that?
It's like a candlelit vigil, it sounds like.
Yeah, maybe we'll go with that.
All right.
But anyway, I'm going to take a look at a couple of stocks here. I'm going to take a look at JD, and I'll be honest. So I think this is AB who purchased this because we've got about 2 minutes till the bell. On yesterday, actually, we called this out on the Squawk, I believe. We had a $90 call option on BABA for about 1.5 million.
Oh, someone knew something.
Someone knew as always. And then the day before that, you had a $800,000 sweep for the same exact expiration that they came into. So 100%, somebody knew something. Matter of fact, if you guys go ahead and look at your options change for the $90 calls on BABA, you'll see at least 2,000 contracts open interest, I believe, on that. But anyway, so that being said, I'm gonna take a look at the options and see if anything juicy comes up, and then we can try to play those. But everything's just moved up so much. I'm not sure what to play. Is pretty much what I'm saying. As we've got about less than 2 minutes to go.
That
here.
reminds me of that inside info. Someone buying a call. That reminds me of a couple days ago. It came out that before Tom Brady announced he was coming back, there were big bets coming in on the Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl the day before. So. You know, the Vegas odds makers were like talking to each other, like, what's up? Like, why are these people coming in throwing all these bets on the Buccaneers? And they thought it meant that Deshaun Watson was going to go to the Buccaneers. They had no clue Tom Brady was coming back. So,
yeah,
at the end of the day,
I don't know anyone has put money on Deshaun Watson leading them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
you know
see.
what I mean? You know what I mean? But should be fun, man. Should be interesting. I'm going to take a look at Roku as well. Everything is just gapped up so much that I'm like, all right, I'm in a wait and see mode. And then it looks like Biden possibly might be speaking at 11:45. Then you've got the Fed. It's going to be interesting. I just realized, Ryan, my affiliate meeting, I still have the link open. But thankfully no one's there.
Is this music too loud for you?
Good luck, folks. Here we go.
We can't hear it, so I think you're fine.
It was
All right.
definitely too loud and distracting when you first joined,
Good to know.
but seems okay now.
Is your TV on, AB, or something?
No, I'm just playing music out of the speakers,
He's
and
he's in a room,
I'm in the blue room.
blue room. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you ever came and visited us, Zunaid, you know what I'm talking about.
Take that.
Look, Benzinga pays for Ryan to fly out, not me. I don't blame me.
No. No, don't try to put me on some pedestal and create some narrative like CNN. No, that's not how this is going to work. Okay. They pay for anyone to come out, not just me.
Oh,
This isn't a
man.
me thing. No.
Speaking of which, AB, are you going to Miami or what?
I don't know. I mean, if they send me to Miami, I'll be there. If not,
If they send me, I'll go, but I don't know. I'm telling you that
I love it.
that event is one of the best that we do.
my I'm not even. I can't even sell my contracts yet for anything, dude. Robinhood.
they're not
I'm
priced in
sorry.
yet?
What?
They're
No,
not priced in
Robinhood
yet?
fucking sucks.
Tell us how you really feel.
Damn.
Look at this. Hold on, I'll
You
share my
got
screen.
Momo, by the way, moving on.
Look, it says my like it says
Contracts
these
are
haven't
awful.
it says these haven't changed, right? The market's open. My calls, the underlying assets up 20%, but the price of the price of the
options
call
priced
hasn't
yet?
changed. That makes sense.
The
That makes a
options
lot
have
of
not-
sense.
The options have not priced.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not Robinhood.
yeah, it's not Robinhood. It's just.
All
the
right, I
markets.
take that back. I take that back.
I love
It's
it.
too late. It's out there. It's on the internet.
I
It's
take it
got to be
back.
true.
Robinhood
I love
Vlad.
it.
I'm sorry.
Robin Hood Vlad. All right, look, here's a game plan for me on Neo. If it comes to 17, I'm gonna buy it. If it goes above 18, I'm gonna hold because I already have positions. But if it comes back to test 18, I'm gonna buy it. That's my
I'm
game
actually
plan
surprised I was
on
able
that.
to sell my Tesla puts for like as much as it because Tesla was trading up way. All right, Zunaid, I'm gonna give you back your screen until my contracts come in.
You're good. You're good. Looks like ticker AKAN has been halted. ACAN. Looks like it's halted up at about $14 there. Not something I would trade. Let's see. I'm taking a look around. Roku's at 104. Ooh, what's AMD at? Above 110? Yes, it is. Let's see. Maybe a dip. But see, everything's just up that it just feel like it's gonna come down a little bit,
That's-
set
yep.
some levels. You know what I mean?
That's why
Let's see
you
what
gotta wait.
Tesla.
Gotta be patient, man.
Yeah, let's see what
Baba
Tesla's doing.
options are priced now, so AB's figuring it out.
Go ahead, AB. Or if he wants to share a screen, looks like he just left.
Yeah, he's gone.
Indo, INDO with a little bit of a spike coming up to 27s.
Yeah, the April contracts are on average up 220% here. So
That is spectacular.
hopefully AB is still there. Baba, first trade off the open here is down on Baba.
Yeah,
We're actually down 4 points. So hopefully AB is acting and doing stuff.
that's probably why you left.
Yeah.
What's up with LMT? I know I read
Lockheed
this morning
Martin.
that LMT was down. I don't know the reason. I haven't looked it up, but I'm
First
sure.
move, real quick. I'm sorry, Zunaid. First
good,
move
you're
on
good.
BEKE is up out of the gate. This is one of the ones that I had flagged as a potential runner today. I'm not in it. I have not taken it. It has not set up yet for me. First move here is up, though. I am going to mark the high of this 1 minute candle because if we trade back up to day highs after this pullback, I think you might have a trade available there for you. So
BEKE, you said 1 minute candle. So you're talking about this right here? The
yeah, so
1405?
1404 is your day high. So I think if we, now that
There
we're
you go.
pulling back here and flushing out some of the weaker hands right out of the open here, I think if we go and take that day high out, I think that you might actually get a pop. So there's a nice little pull here. This is actually really good. I want to see this. Hopefully it'll set up again. As far as a downside target here, I'd like to see it hold 13 and we'll see where it goes from there. Here, let me handle my, let me close my door here and make the birds more manageable.
You're perfectly fine. I went ahead and took a small size on Baba. I'm going to risk about, let's just call it, I don't even know what that is. I'm risking about $90 on the trade. Went ahead and got filled at 88.46. My stop out is 87.36. My take profit is 89.56. As you can see on my screen there. Trying to get a quick little scalp if I can. If not, that's okay. We'll move on with life. Wait until Biden announces more support to Ukraine.
I think that was he referring to Lockheed Martin or I don't know. BBIG looks like this is trying to go, but bouncing off of 12.12. Remember, BBIG, not a fan, but if you're going to trade it, go ahead and trade it. Just know what it is.
Yeah, BBIG 205, $2. That could be your little bit of area to buy some dips if you'd like. Let me go ahead and why is my options messing up here?
So Putin is saying that they don't want to occupy Ukraine. Interesting. Just getting that from one of my sources here.
They just want to mess it up.
Well, I mean, I think that that's going to be viewed as bullish, right? Because they don't want this to continue. They don't want this to be a long continuing conflict. That I would imagine that's what I would gather from that. I mean, that's what I do.
All right, Baba, looks like I'm going to take a stop loss here quite soon, possibly. Oh, you're playing. Okay, you're playing it straight through your speakers and not the computer.
Oh, no wonder it sounds so bad.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
It's off. It's done.
Yeah,
we're done.
How much did you make?
Update us with the contracts.
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, so I sold my short dated one. Here, I can share my screen real quick. I sold my short dated one for, let's see, let's let this load. Sold my short dated one, the $83 call that expires next Friday for $950 for $950, or actually it closed for $970. And then I sold one of my long dated ones for $1,500. I'm still holding one. As you can see, that's already dropped another $100 down to 14. But like I said, like, hey, this was a long dated call. My thesis hasn't changed. I think this was just a great day to trim my position. Now I'm playing with house money. I'm going to let this one ride for a little bit.
I love it.
Hopefully cross above that $100 in the next couple weeks or so. But yeah, honestly, I'll set a stop loss on this just because I'm already up on it. So I don't want to. Let's see. My average cost was 10.20. Right now it's 14. So I'll put a stop loss in at like 11. So if it gets down to 11, then I'll still make some money off of it. But for right now, I'm going to hold on to it. And then
I love it.
Other positions, I already closed my Tesla put. I've got this Netflix call that's up 138% right now. See, this is why I hate having one contract. If I had multiple, this is where I would trim some and then, hold on to one or two and let them ride on house money. But since I only have one, now I'm in a tough position where I kind of want, the reason why I want to hold on to this is because I want to have something active while Powell's speaking in case we get one of those famous Powell rallies. But
why don't you sell it? Why don't you sell it and roll it into a higher strike? That way you can lock in some of your gains, still have exposure for any more upside movement.
So you're saying a spread. You're saying take this. So I have a 347 call.
Is this on Netflix? Let me pull up the chart so I'm not just speaking.
This is on Netflix. So you're saying because it's okay.
Oh, Neo, come on.
So you have the 347.50 call. Is that right?
347.50 that expires this Friday. Correct.
Okay. So here. So let me look at the actual option prices here. So you have a 347 call that expires in 2 days. That call has a premium, an ask of 820. All right. So one of the things that I would say is I would try to, why not, if you think this is going to go up, if you think it's going to continue going up, why don't you sell that call? Let's call it 8, and then buy the 355 call for 410. So you lock in about 400 of that, which is about half, and then you still have upside exposure via the 355 call.
The 355 that expires.
Same expiration this Friday. If you wanted to get yourself more time, that's what I typically do in a move like this. I'd probably look more at the 360 or the 365 call, but those are a little bit more pricey because you have more time added onto it.
All right, real quick on Baba, I went ahead and ended up going, taking a loss at the stop hit. And then you can see on Neo, if you want to throw my screen up, I already got filled at the 1710. Take profit 1735. Take loss is going to be 1676. So hoping this $17 level holds on Neo. But already took an L on Baba, so we'll see how that goes.
So Ryan, I actually love that idea. It's a great idea. The one thing that I'm worried about with it is I technically If I go to my investing tab here on Robinhood, as you can see, my day trades are restricted. I don't think if for whatever reason we do rip when Powell's speaking and Netflix is up another 3% and I want to get out of that contract, I think if I roll over it now, I won't be able to close that position this afternoon.
Gotcha. Okay. So, so fair point. Obviously, if you're going to deal with the PDT rule, that's something to consider.
I think I'm just going to hold on to this one.
Okay.
Here's what I'll do. I'll like what I did with my Baba. I'll set a stop loss. So as you can see, I bought this for 320. It's worth 780 right now. I'll put a stop loss around $400. So that way, if it does drop a lot, that I'll still lock in some gains. Then I can let this ride. And like I said, if for what I'm not anticipating this, if I want to hold something. So if we do get that rally, I can be happy about it.
Sure.
And again, like if this is not, if I were in charge of what someone else was doing, I would just tell them to sell, that you're up over 100% on this contract. You've already made a lot of money. Just go ahead and take that profit and don't get greedy. But since I already made some money on the Baba calls today, I can tolerate this risk.
Sorry to change the subject here. Born to be free, avid supporter of us. Your place is flooded with standing water. I'm sorry to hear that, my man. That
Damn.
Yeah, that sucks. Let me know if we can help in some way. That's crazy. We were dry too, man.
Wait, I'm sorry. What is standing water? I might have to Google this.
Standing water is basically like if you have a basement, there's just water standing in the basement. Like it's flooded and it's just standing there.
Oh, damn. Sorry about that.
Like
man.
it's not draining away.
I gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry about that, man. I hope things get better for you there. Baba's trying to crawl back up. You've got Neo. Look at Neo almost hitting my stop right there, but it doesn't quite do so. Coming back up a little bit. You can see we're long 500 shares there. You do have some bullish flow coming into DD, ticker DIDI.
That was one that we were going to watch.
Well, let's talk about it. So you've got DD, hella low price stock. You're looking at about $2 or so. They're buying the 2.5 calls expiring this week. Went ahead and put in about 30 grand, which isn't anything crazy, but
yeah, it's sitting right here at 255. Big seller here at 255 too. Looks like it's actually being refreshed.
Come on, Neo.
I'm looking at Callaway right now for a potential swing trade, up 7% this morning, very strong. But if you look at it on a, let me pull up my chart.
Not your house, your land. Okay, that's better. That's a step up. See, we're already looking better. Got to keep a glass half full approach. It's already looking
all right. Here's Neo approaching my take profit at 1737. Is that? Oh hell no! You were at 13. You were at 1735. There's no way you just screwed me by 3 cents. Don't do it. Don't do it. Sorry. Come on.
Just talking to your
2
stock,
more cents.
that actually work, Zunaid?
Shit, I don't know. I haven't kept stats on it.
Yeah, it's like golfers when they, they tell their ball to go or to sit.
That only worked in Happy Gilmore, and I don't even think it worked that well. SOXL, by the way, the levered semiconductor ETF, this is taking off. I was actually looking at this above 33.70. I was a little too slow. This thing now 34.20. So nice little trade there on that.
Nvidia is ripping again. Jeez, this stock was so strong yesterday, and it looks like it's keeping it going. Nvidia finished up about 7% yesterday. Jeez. All right, here, I'm going to pull my Benzinga Pro up. So I've been looking at Callaway, ELY, for a potential, wow, since the last time I brought it up, it's up another percent. The stock is so strong this morning, up 8.2% right now. Let me go to a 5-minute chart. I wouldn't get in right here just because you can see on this 5-minute chart, it's getting a little overextended. But going back to the daily real quick, here's what I'm looking at on a swing trade. So as you can see, since last June, really, the stock has been in a downtrend, and it's kind of a cyclical play. We're about to get into golf season. Jason Raznick, our CEO, was at a golf expo the other week. It was absolutely packed. I heard like every booth. You couldn't even buy a set of used clubs. People were saying that a set of used clubs was as much as what a set of new clubs should be. So I think the demand is there. Obviously, Callaway, like any other supplier out there, has been dealing with supply chain issues, but they're in a position where pretty much everything they put out right now will get sold. So I'm looking to swing this from, we'll call it $23 back up here to this support level at 27.28.
Nice scalp there, Kindred. By the way, Kindred been scalping SPY calls. Nice job.
That's awesome. Way to go. By the way, I'm out of Neo. You can see, let's go to my trade station. Let's go to trade log, excuse me. You can see that we got filled on 500 shares at 1737. So we took an L on Baba. We took a W on Neo, which means that we are up $20 on TradeStation here. Also, look, it looks like we've got ticker AREB being talked about on Twitter. So that's getting a little bit of a pop here. Let's see what the daily looks like. All right, not bad. Definitely have some room to go. Here, I'm gonna take a. We're gonna just go ahead and take maybe. And again, this is just fun size in case it starts going because of influencers. What do you want to call them? Sorry, I said the I word, Ryan. But I just went ahead and got some size at 177, 200 shares, nothing crazy. Stop loss is going to be, let's just call it 140. So giving it a decent amount of stop there, and that's just what I'm gonna leave it at. If something happens, great. If not, whatever. I'm not worried about it. Let's go back to Neo. Neo hanging out around 17. Makes me kind of want to take a stab at it one more time, but not going to. Baba, right under VWAP. If you're long, you want this one to close above VWAP. And by the way, DD went ahead and crossed the 250s after those calls came in. Now trading at 266. You're getting some more call activity on the 2.5 calls expiring this week, about another 20,000 there. And let's see. What ticker is that? AREB. That's what I'm in. Okay, cool. AREB trying to go above 185. Wait, Lefty was suspended. I'm not sure what Lefty is.
Lefty is Phil Mickelson. We're going to need Bree for that. He knows more about golf than I do. Long SFT here, 185. Looking for a 190 break on the SFT for a pop.
SFT. I got it up for you. Matter of fact, let's go to a 4-box. There it is. You've got SFT on your left. You've got SPY, CCJ. I don't think we need that. By the way, CCJ yesterday, after it got us out, there were more calls that got in. You can see that spike there. And if it moved afterwards, Ryan, on CCJ.
Yeah, I know. CCJ was a big butt kicking for me yesterday. That was my poor trader yesterday. So I'm hoping to not make the same mistakes here today.
I hear you, pal. You've got Netflix. Got a chance to play Netflix yesterday. You can see around this little area here with all the arrows. Let's see. What's your long? What are you long at? What price?
185.
SFT? 185. Okay, cool. Cool.
I basically just want to. I basically want to see a 190 break and take a look at the pop. They're walking a pretty big bid up on SFT up to level 2. It started at 179, and then on the 180 break they walked it up to 182. It's now been walked up to 187. So that would be a stop. If 187 looks like it's going to fall, I'll probably just cash out. But I think that we're going to take down 190 here, and I think that might be where you get your scalp opportunity.
Let's see what else we've got. JD, let's see what Neo's doing. Neo. All right, Neo.
Guys, look at Netflix. Netflix has been cooking since the open this morning, up to crossing 350.
Remember yesterday we were trying to look at options around the 338 area.
I got into them.
When you were on. Oh, you did?
I got into the calls.
Sick.
They're up bigly right now.
Oh, damn. Hey, B, we need you on the show every day.
I know, but I see, this is what I was talking about earlier. I only have one Netflix call. If I had two here, then I'd be able to sell one, let the other one ride on house money. But hey, I put that stop loss in. I'm not worried about it. Guys, I don't know about you guys, but I was worried for a little bit, just that the correction was going to, whatever. But what really eased my fears was like logging on FinTwit, or not even FinTwit. Like I had like buddies texting me like, oh, big stock market crash coming. And like once like everyone thinks that like the market's going to crash, then I'm like, all right, time to go long.
Yeah. So that AB, that's actually really astute of you. In fact, the day before yesterday, one of the guys that's been doing this for 4 decades in the happy hour was saying that the sentiment was just so bearish everywhere that he thought we were going to bounce the next day. And that's exactly what happened. And that's how he played it. And so sentiment follows price. There's 187 actually fell. So I'm going to close that trade SFT for pennies. I really didn't make anything. just waiting for it to set up again. They took the big bid at 187, which is the reason I'm out. Now, still would be interested still would be interested in this trade on a 190 break. That's what we're going to watch here. So, okay. So anyway, so sentiment follows price, right? So when everyone is super bearish, the contrarian trade often works. And I think, AB, when random people are texting you and saying, hey, there's a big stock market crash coming here, I understand the impetus to want to go the other direction. That's
yeah, and Helene Meisler, who's on FinTwitch, she's great. She's been doing this for many,
awesome.
many years.
She's
Her pinned tweet is nothing like price to change sentiment. Like everyone's like so bearish, and then like the price changes a little bit, and it's like, you know what? I actually like Netflix a lot at 350. Looks really good, but when it was at 330 a couple days ago, it looked really bad. So nothing like you said, Ryan, that the sentiment often trails the price. But yeah, and I saw another funny thing where someone on Twitter like a few days ago was like, oh, I think I'm at a point where I just think the stock market's never going to go up. And someone basically replied, kind of ratioed them and said, then short it, smarty pants. Like if all you're doing is
smarty, did they actually say smarty pants? Because that's
they did. And I sent, and the reason I remember it is because I went and found that tweet and sent it to my buddies that were texting in a group chat about how like big recession coming, market's about to crash. I just sent them the tweet that said, okay, then short it then, smarty pants. Like if you're going to sit there and talk about how much the markets are going to crash,
that's
how much
hilarious, bro.
Then put some skin in the game. Short it. You will make a lot of money.
Here's the secret. Once you say enough that you know what the market is going to do, you're going to be punished. And when that happens, then you'll be ready to trade. That's just how it goes. If you think that you know everything, believe me, there's a big whopper coming right around the corner. The market has a way of humbling even the best trade.
Question about it. Square, by the way, just continuing to run them. Well, I was hoping for it to come back to VWAP and test it and go affirm. Similar story here. The only position that I'm personally in is AREB. And Neo, by the way.
Alpha Romeo Echo Boy?
Yes.
I traded that a couple of weeks ago. Remember that one? That's a good one.
Yeah, hopefully it keeps going for us here. I've got to take profit at 214. I don't really like that spot. I'm going to bring this down to maybe a 198 just because of that whole number. I want to get in front of it. Not the best risk reward, not going to lie to you, and something just happened.
So, Ryan, is the inverse true? If I just sit here and say I have no clue what the market's going to do, will I be rewarded?
Probably not.
Okay. Mr. Market doesn't.
The market is one of those things where you really have to put in work in order to be rewarded. And the amount of failure that you experience is going to be directly proportional to the amount of success that you have once you get over that hump. So I was actually asked by guy that I play games with who's much younger than me. He says, do you know a lot about success, don't you? And I said, no, I don't. I know a lot about failure, which is what taught me what I know about success. And so the market operates on that principle. So if you just sit around and say, oh, I don't know anything, you're not just going to fall ass backwards into money. Maybe you will, but that's just luck.
I like it. Okay, I like it. Picasso. The boss wanted to say that.
Oh, I've seen that TikTok before. Wait, Ryan, that reminded me. I was just watching the Warren Buffett documentary the other night, and it reminded me what you just said of something he said, but now I can't remember the exact quote, but it was a great quote. That's all you guys need to know.
Warren Buffett is full of great quotes, so I believe that 100%.
He has a lot. He has a lot of wisdom.
Your Netflix trading up. We're up 2.5 points from when we talked about it last time.
No,
we sure are. Look at that. Netflix up, trying to break high of day around 353. SPY coming to test near VWAP. I will say if SPY comes back to test, let's just call it the 431.50s or so. I will try to get some calls to try to play the bouncy bounce. And I'm about 10 cents away from profit on AREB. Trading at 188. Take profit is at 198. And there's Netflix trying to knock out 353. SPY coming down. All right, I'm going to take a starter position on SPY. Let's call it, I got the 433 calls. This is just literally small size because it's not completely near VWAP, but I got filled at 183 on some SPY calls, hoping for a bounce here if we can get that. Again, I got filled at 183.
Real quick, Danny is asking about space. So we'll take a look at space here real quick. Zunaid, I'll flip back to your screen.
Please.
Why did it go to Tesla? I think I pressed enter too quickly.
Because Tesla to the moon.
So space. So a couple things about space. This is a company that not in favor when the growth names are getting pounded. I don't think this company is relatively cheap. Yeah, we have 141K in revenue versus a market cap of 1.9 billion. So stock like that in this environment, liable to get shredded. And that's what you've seen recently, right? If you look at the daily chart here, you see this thing just can't get out of its own way. I think what you're seeing here today is a relief rally. So this is probably just a bounce. I wouldn't expect this to necessarily be the reversal point. So it really depends on what it is that you're looking for. If you're looking for just a trade, you might have some juice in this today. We'll see. This stock does like to run, but in terms of, if you're looking for this, if it has this turned around or anything like that, I think it's way too early to say that. So hope that helps. Didn't give me much context to work off of, but I would say trade this. Not the best environment to own long term. Oop,
All right,
here we go on K. Here we go. This is BEKE, looking like it's going to take out the high here. So we're on BEKE. High is 1404, right? Would it stop at? Looks like I'm stopped at 1408.
It made a new high.
We're pulling it here. Here we go.
Yeah, it made a new high. The new high for the day is 1408.
Yep. This is good though. So when it puts in a new high like this and they pull it back, that's what we want to see, right? We want to see them pull it back, and then we want to see another run towards that high. So I'm gonna try some here. I'm gonna be very, very quick on the stop. I'm in at 1392. Stop is probably going to be 1385 or so. See if we can take out that high today. Big spot at 14. Can we take that? Can we chomp on that spot at 14? Let's see. Oop, don't want that to go too red on me. Going to close that out. Wait for it to set back up. So down about 20 bucks there. Oh, sorry. I didn't even. I had it off on my other screen here. So we'll see. We'll wait for BEKD to set up. I tried to front run that a little bit. Thankfully, I didn't get punished.
In this market, I'm going to start taking some scalps on this one. So I'm out half my size on the SPY calls at 198. We got in at 183, out at 198, half the size. The rest we'll wait and see what happens.
Let me catch up on the chat here. I feel like without Mitch, we've been neglecting the chat. You guys are some of the most patient people on the planet. My hat's off to y'all as always. Thank you. Justin, you're welcome. Hopefully that patience is something that rubs off and that's able to help your consistency. If that's what it does, then that is about as good as it gets.
AB, did you ask a question?
Huh?
Did you ask a question in the chat?
No, that's not me. Aaron Bryan.
That's
and I just
Brian.
have very
Sorry.
similar names.
Sorry,
if you just took my name and added an A and an N on the end, that
My
would be my
apologies.
name.
Here we go on BEKE.
Perfect. I've got it up for you right here. Oh, you've got it up, obviously. Go ahead. You're good. You're good. I'll wait. I'll answer your question.
I'm not in it, by the way, though. I'm not in this. It's just they keep
Oh.
running this towards highs. So.
Oh, okay. I'll answer Aaron's question then. I have $9 calls expiring this week. You have 9 calls that expire this week. 17.5 LASR. Let's see. LASR. Right, currently trading at 16 whatever. My contracts are still down. I can't sell them now. Let's see. LASR. 17.5 calls. Well, yeah, because there's only 99. You're literally 9% of the open interest, and there's no one to buy it, and those contracts are literally worthless. So unfortunately, you're probably gonna have that expire at 0.
Unless Laser gets above that 1750 strike price. Because right now the market is saying that they do not think it's likely at all that the stock is going to get up to 1750 before Friday. And it sounds like the options market in this particular stock is just very illiquid. So that's why it's always important to make sure if you're trading options on a stock to make sure that options market is pretty liquid.
Yeah. Definitely be careful of that. By the way, Ryan, they're still trying to knock out that 1408 SPY, bouncing off a VWAP one more time. AREB still in the money by a measly 4 cents.
You know, the one thing I will say about this BEKE, here, it's man, it's moving so fast. It is just moving around so fast. Quite possible that I end up missing this. If it does, it's like they will pull this down to like the 1380s and then it'll jump back to the 1390s, attack 14 and get pulled again. Very, very difficult to
1408 test once again.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm telling you, there it goes. I told you. And it went way too fast. Went way too fast for me. But look at the pop we're getting on this, folks. Look at the pop we're getting on this. Man, that's 30 cents in under a minute. 30 cents. If you did 1,000 shares on that, 300 bucks under a minute. I mean, it's hard to beat that. So BEKE, big move there. Happened fast, though. Not easy to do by any means.
All right, we did.
Right off the Benzinga Pro scanner, by the way.
We did just get a little dip down in Netflix. My call is down to 873 right now, but I do have that stop loss still holding on. Again, only have one contract. The reason I'm holding on to it right now is because I want to be able to hold on to something during Powell's speech later, just in case we get one of those famous Powell rallies. What else is everyone watching in the chat? Daniel's looking at CCJ. Let's pull that up real quick. See what CCJ is doing. Up about 2.5%. I'm going to pull this up on my Benzinga Pro to get some more levels.
No, you're good there. In that meantime, let's see what our SPY calls are at. SPY calls are right back at $2. Please start scaling out if you like the profit you're seeing on those SPY calls.
BEKE stopped at 1450 and there was volume printed at that level. So this actually looks like the next setup here. If they pull that 1450, remember that went from 14 was the first spot that we identified. And then 1408, just an absolute monster trade right there. We're going to try to repeat this process. Let's see where they pull this to. I'd like them to get this back down to 14 and hold it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. So if you were in this trade, like let's go ahead and take a look at the 65 minutes, see where that's going to be at. One of the take profits, definitely one, you should already be scaling out as it got to the 1450s. You can see the bounce right off of that. Your second scale out position should be around 1489 because that $15 is going to end up being resistance as well. So you absolutely want to scale out because as Ryan saw himself, they could yank this on you and the other stops will get impacted in attack. And that'll just continue to have a domino effect and drop the price. So definitely be mindful of that.
Shout out to whoever in the chat just recommended that I raise my stop loss on Netflix. I'm doing that now because originally I had it set at 400, but we've gone up a couple $100 since then. So I'm raising it up to about 650 right now. So I'm locking in at least a couple $100 of gains if we do get a drawdown in Netflix. I mean, guys, everything has just been so strong this morning. Q's continuing to rip higher, now up more than 2%. Let's check in on the SPY, up about 1.3%. So this is what we were talking about the other day, that in times where the market's drawing down, tech and growth get hit the hardest, but the inverse is also true. When the markets start coming back in favor, tech and growth tend to rip faster and higher than the rest of the market. So always in times of strength, I'm trying to play these big tech names.
You've got Tesla that bounced near the $800 level. I believe the exact low on Tesla for the session was around $804 on the dot. Now trading at $828. SPY still flirting with that 432. Wants to go a bit higher there. And you've got ticker WAFU. That's starting to get some movement here. By the way that it's spiking, I want to assume there's some FinTwit people on it, but I'll have to check on that. SPY bull flag. Yeah, I want this to kind of start, right? Let's just call it here. Let's just do this. I don't want it to break VWAP. That I absolutely don't want. But keep in mind, we already locked in some gains because we didn't exactly want to try to be too greedy with it. So we're already in the money halfway through. If you want to get in this trade, you can grab the weeklies or you can grab today's or whatever. Obviously, if you grab today's, you're playing with fire. So keep that in mind.
BEKE trying to grind back up towards that 1450 level. Pulling now, which is not a bad thing. But
yeah.
I still think that that level gets challenged at some point today.
There's SPY.
Aaron Bryan in the chat was asking about his calls. Yeah, if you bought call contracts, you are not on the hook to buy that underlying asset at 1750. You just lose the premium. If the stock was above 1750, you could theoretically exercise those options opposed to just selling the option contracts for more than you bought them for. That's not typically what I do, but you are not on the hook. That's one of the good things about actually buying options contracts is your risk is very well defined. Your risk is exactly what you pay for those options contracts. You cannot lose any more than the money that you bought for those contracts.
Apple
call
hanging
that
out right on
defining
VWAP,
your
by the
risk.
way. Yep. You know exactly what your risk is going to be. By the way, someone asked about Apple. Apple is right near VWAP. So if you like this spot, not a bad place to go long, but your stop loss has got to be right below 156.50 as that is going to be below VWAP. SPY hit exactly the 431s a little bit and came right back up so far. I want this level to hold. I want this 10-minute candle to close above VWAP. We've still got 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And there's BEKE.
It wants it so bad because they're actually flashing some big offers here and they're taking them out. I'm actually gonna take a stab at this. This is high risk here, high risk, but we're gonna try it. Come on, 1450 fall. I'm in at 1449, by the way. There's 1450 prints. Can't take it out. Let's see if we do it on the next attempt here. Man, is it moving fast. Reduced my size here a little bit.
I love how quick you are.
There's 1450. There it goes. There we go. There we go.
Nice.
All right.
Nice
There's
trade. Nice
for
trade.
1450. Boom.
Nice trade. So you're all out?
All out. We're just scalping it. Here's the
I
thing.
love
When
it.
the
I
stock
love
is
it.
moving around this quickly, sure. Could this go higher? Sure. Could they pull this $1.50? Sure. So what I would rather do is I'd rather just scalp the actual breaks that I feel strongly about. We felt strongly about 14. They took it out. They popped it 50 cents. We felt strongly about 14.50. They took it out. Looks like they popped this, 20? Here it goes again. 24 cents so far. This stopped at, 28 cents. This stopped at 14.78. So again, stock's moving around so fast. What I'd love to see here is I'd love to see them pull this again and give us another setup later on. I don't want to get too greedy, but that's effectively what we're looking for here.
Love it. Great trade, man. Great call out. Especially because you also called a $14 break as well. And
Yep.
then you got a chance to get back in at the 14.50 break.
I missed the 14. I called the spot, but it was moving too fast. I didn't trade it. So I waited for it to set up again instead of chasing it and ended up playing it through 14.50.
You've got SPY coming back down. You're now trading those contracts about $1.45. We already took half profits. I'm going to go ahead and see how it behaves here. But got about 2 minutes left on this 10-minute candle.
Robert in the chat's asking what time is Jerome Powell. That'll be 2 p.m. Eastern will be the press conference. So honestly, at this point, we already got like the big market move, and it was from the China intervention. I don't know if Powell and the Fed is going to have as big of an impact as we've already had this morning.
I am not sure. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
BEKE 1490 as the high. I think we probably challenge 15 here. Not in it right now.
Let's
Not
go.
in it, but this was a monster. This was it.
All right, let me go ahead and yeah, we talked about that $15 being resistance. What ended up being the high so far? The high is
I got 1490. Oh, nope,
Nope.
new highs now, baby. 1494 is what I got on my screen. 1494. And there were prints at
Brian's
that
been
level.
red hot all week. Michael's pointing out in the chat. Smash
Hey,
the like.
Michael, actually, I appreciate that, and I'll take it because I'll take nice things said about me. But Michael had an amazing trade. What was that, yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before, Michael. You called something before I did, and you actually played it. I was a little slow on it. It was a monster mover. Remind me what that was. That wasn't RCAT, was that? That was another tickle. Michael, you hit one earlier.
Hey, smash the like for Ryan. Smash the like for our great viewers like Michael that are putting trade ideas in the chat. This is what it's all about. Building a community. Always better to trade in numbers. Zunaid, what you watching?
I was just curious if you had your jewel on you. Shout out to Jason in the chat. Currently taking a look at SPY. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and get out of my I can't see your screen because I'm trying to get out of these calls.
He's drinking water. He's being
I switched to water.
Oh, look at that. Making Jason proud. I'm out of my SPY calls there. Got out at $1.40. So let's talk about it. I went ahead and took 20 cents of profit, but then I took 40 cents of loss on the second half. So yes, this ended up being a right trade for me. Where did I go wrong? I waited. I gave it way too much patience right around 431.50. I didn't cut it fast enough. Now, if it comes back and wants to test this 429 area for the low, I could be interested in getting back in. And we told you the 15 will be resistance on BEKE. So far, it has been. Doesn't mean it can't poke through it.
Huge sell wall at 15, by the way. I actually might try this again. I might go back to the well here, boys.
Let's see.
Huge sell wall, big time print. 718,000 shares traded at 15. So they're taking it. They're pulling it now. Might go through here on the next attempt.
Ryan, Michael is saying it was KAVL, the stock.
KAVL. That's right. That's right.
And,
It was
and then
KAVL and seed. That's right. See, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a community where we all help one another. Michael's already out here doing it. Shout out, Michael.
All right, you've got SPY below VWAP and you've got Apple below VWAP as well. I'm going to take a stab at this. Small positioning for me. I'm going to take some puts on Apple. I went ahead and grabbed the 155 puts expiring this week. I got filled at $1.43. For me, the stop loss is going to be above 157.50, which would be your session highs.
BEK pulled all the way back down to 1476 here. Real quick, Raz in the chat here saying, I think the Fed should raise 50 bips and skip next quarter. I actually am in the camp that I think they should raise 50 today as well. I'm not even sure about skipping next quarter because inflation is running so hot and they're behind. I actually think that we should probably do 50 this and then 25 next quarter. We'll see how the market responds to the rate increase today. Would love to hear from the chat what you guys think about rate increases and what the Fed should do. We all feel like we're smarter than the Fed at this point. So lay it on us, folks. Let us know what you think they should do.
I know. I think a 50-point hike is pretty much all but off the table at this point. It's in between 0 and 25 is what everything's indicating. But that is an interesting idea to just get it out of the way now. But I don't know. I'm down for the 25 BIP hike today, and then we'll reassess later. Because here's the flip side to that, Ryan. Is if you so what's driving inflation right now? You look at like used car prices, new car prices. If you raise interest rates too high, too fast, you're actually slowing down investments into production, into car companies, which can actually make those prices go up even further. So it can have a reverse effect on inflation. So you really want to find that sweet spot, not going too high, too fast. That will, again, kind of slow down investments into the areas where we really need to be investing in right now to bring prices down.
I can't believe Jason just bought a whole bunch of SPY and just made my puts on Apple just be worthless. No, they're not worthless, but they're down. Come on, Jason.
BEKE through 15, by the way, scalped it again here. Wow. BEKE through 15. So, and I'm doing this on reduced size, right? Reduced size because this thing is extended mightily. This thing, just to give you some context here, this closed at $9 yesterday. And here we are scalping 50, 25-cent pieces up at 15. So just be careful. This thing is an absolute monster, though.
I'm going to go ahead and add some. I'm going to add a couple more contracts on my Apple puts. Went ahead and got filled at $1.26 on those puts. And yep, you've got BEKE making highs there as well. SPY testing the 432 level. Obviously, I wanted to reject so that this Apple can come down as well. And AREB, we're up about 10 cents on that. Still trying to take profit at the 198. Going to be patient with that one.
Just real quick, someone in the chat said they woke up late and didn't see the news on China. Basically, there's been a lot of speculation that China was going to help out Russia in its war against Ukraine. And China basically came out and said, no, we want to avoid U.S. sanctions. We're going to support the companies that are on the U.S. exchanges. So Alibaba, JD. So just a lot of this fear that, these stocks are going to get delisted. They basically came out ahead and said, or came out in front and said, look, that's not going to happen. We're going to do what we can to make sure that our relations stay good, et cetera, et cetera. So nothing really fundamentally changed. Just kind of the tone from China gave us some more clarity that they're not, at least right now, it doesn't look like China's going to go in and just support Russia. And it's going to be China and Russia versus the rest of the world.
You think that has also plays into why Bitcoin is trading up today?
I don't know. I mean, everything is just up. Everything is up. Playboy, Jason's asking about in the chat. Playboy is up 7% today. Wow. We actually had Playboy CEO Ben Cohn on the show not too long ago, a few weeks ago. Playboy is interesting right now because actually Playboy has a lot of exposure in China. One of Playboy's biggest one of their biggest verticals is like their apparel, which is huge in China. Their streetwear is huge in China. So maybe that's why the China news is helping Playboy out this morning as well.
Look at KC too. This is one of the stocks that we outlined here. Let me flip over to it. This is one of the stocks that we outlined here at the outset that we were looking for. Had a support at 410. Actually didn't hold. In fact, it traded below 4 briefly, but they immediately reversed this. I was busy with BEKE. But a trade right here through VWAP. This is the setup we want to see, right? You got a big gapper. As soon as the market opens, they pull it back. They took it to a support level. Granted, they did pull it through the support level a little bit, but they ran it right back. And as soon as this thing crossed VWAP, this thing is off to the races. VWAP cross was right here at 1417. We're printing 483. 1417, excuse me, 417. We're printing 483 right now and on nice volume here. So KC, another winner here. I didn't trade this one. We were busy with another one. We got so many winners, we can't trade them all. Look out.
Well, you got to come back to, break. We got to have some divergence. I'm going to quickly get out of these Apple puts here. Got out at $1.13. So I got in at 143, 126, out at $1.13. I told you the highs of day would get me out. And just look at the bounce. Look at this bounce on SPY. This is around the area where we got short Apple because it was below VWAP, as was the SPY. SPY said, screw you. I'm going to session highs.
Hey, Jason said he's making some money on Hood today. Hey, guess who else is making some money on Hood today? And I'm not even trading it. This is my Robinhood account.
I see what you did there.
Up 48%.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there, Zunaid?
I love it. By the way, Jason, Aaron did say that he will get wings for the office, so feel free to order Wingstop on his dime, cut it from his payroll, whatever you want to do, man.
That is fake news. I can't do a good Trump impression, but if you
that
imagine,
that was pretty bad. That was
I know
horrible.
I can't. I'm bad at impressions. It's something I'm working on. I want to get better at it, but
you're really good at interviewing randos on the street, though. So it's given.
We definitely need more of that content, no question. Matter of fact, I hope you go to Miami and you do AB on the streets because I think that would be phenomenal content. Miami cannabis event, A1.
Can you imagine Aaron Bree walking up to some of those bodybuilders that are just like completely stacked, walking around Miami Beach and asking them
as if I'm not, Ryan,
what they think of the Fed rate hike? Oh my God, I'm dying inside. It's so funny.
Yeah, I'm down to go to Miami. My mom, I just can't go if there's going to be actual like free like samples or cannabis there. She said I can't go, but as long as like as long as it's not actually there, then I'll be fine to go.
It's not. The samples there are like creams and stuff. It's not. You can't just sample joints. That's not what it's about.
Well, Ryan,
I don't know if he's being serious or if you're trolling.
I'll have my mom call you, and I think she already has your number, right? And then you can convince her that I can go.
I have her number,
right now?
Bree.
Okay.
Take that. I'm just kidding.
Are you trolling right now?
Yeah,
I'm
just
okay.
joking.
I was like,
look,
yeah,
when Bree trolls, Zunaid, pro tip: when Bree trolls, you just got to roll with it, man. You just
I just wasn't sure because like I don't know Aaron's
family
family like that, like I don't know. Might have an overprotective mother. I don't know. But
it's like Raz says, maybe Mike Tyson will punch him out.
I'm jealous that we've got Mike Tyson and Kevin. I think Kevin is going to be there as well. I'm saying his first name like homeboy knows who I am.
Fake it till you make it, Zunaid. Come on.
Hey, moral of my story of my life, if you will. SPY, look at this 10-minute candle. Holy crap. And by the way, now I'm seeing some calls on ticker AMC. You've got the 15.5 calls coming in on the ask expiring this week. So I bet you AMC starting to run. There's that pop on AMC trying to break above 1550s for session highs.
All right, I got another joke that Ryan probably won't really understand, but Zunaid might. This market is just like real life. It's not fun to be short in.
Are you saying that because I'm a short person? Are we really making short jokes right now?
I'm short. I'm saying that
How tall are you?
like 5'9", like on a good day.
Well, I'm 5'7", so I'm gonna need you to pipe it, sir. By the way, Apple now trading at 158. And AMC session highs, like we talked about, because of those contracts that were coming in. Woo, here's the thing on SPY. Let's go back to SPY here real quick. This 10-minute candle is just, let's see what the percentage on this is here. It's a percent move almost in 10 minutes. That's insane. I got you beat at 6.9.
I got a deep cut from the Bree vault here. This is one of the funniest things that that's happened. I met Bree for the first time. We were walking around Detroit. It was one of the trips that I came into Detroit. We're walking around, and a couple of days later, when I went back home, I happened to tune into Neil's Get Technical show.
Yeah.
And Bree and Neil were discussing meeting me for the first time. And Bree was like, "Did you know Ryan is like 6'9" and like huge? I would not want to fight him." And Neil, with a dead straight face, just looks at the camera and goes, "Well, no one's asking you to do that, Bree."
I mean, that's great content too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
My stomach hurt from laughing. My stomach hurt from laughing. And it's funny because anyone that meets me knows I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
No, I remember that exactly. And Neil deserves. Neil is actually like a comedic genius. I miss doing the show. I miss doing the show with him every day. But that's Ryan. That's why we got to get like everyone back in the office. I had met you on Zoom for however long we had known each other. Had no clue you were some sort of friendly giant out here until we met in Detroit. And yeah, it's great. It's great to meet someone in person after you get to know them for a while on Zoom and whatnot.
Real quick,
my request to come to the office is in.
You've got big options coming in. You've got JD, $60 calls coming in on the ask, expiring May 20th. $1 million worth on JD. Now this
new highs on JD, it looks like.
Absolutely. We're definitely trying to get there. You've got you've got a VWAP here quite a bit away here. So I'm not going to grab too much size, but I did get in at a 59.30 cents. So I'm actually scale out. But the reason I'm mentioning this to y'all is because one, pay attention for a break above 60 and a retest. I'm going to scale out some contracts here some equity here. Now, if this comes back near VWAP, absolutely go ahead and try to grab some with a stop loss below 55 is what I'm going to do. And you see JD, like Ryan mentioned, making new highs right now.
Speaking of new highs, Zunaid, check out SFT from earlier today.
SFT. Woo, 211. Nice
big
break.
Move off that 190 break. Big move off that 190 break.
What's up, guys? I'm just sitting here doing the same thing you are.
Did you kick Aaron out?
No.
No, he's still here.
He's still here. I mean, he's here, but he's back. He's in the background. I'm just doing what you're doing. I'm just sitting here staring at these China charts.
That's not what we're doing. We're sitting here making money. So
yeah, come on, Spencer.
All right,
Spencer.
All right.
We need you to have a different result than SoFi. All right.
SoFi is
put a little salt in the wounds for you.
SoFi is the exception, not the rule. Okay, I'll have you know.
By the way, producer AB at 9:32 in our private chat said, "I'll be right back." Spencer responded at 10:21. Okay.
Oh wait, no. I thought that was my bad.
Oh, by the way, JD above 60. That's what? Come on, I'm gonna go ahead and scale out a couple more here. And the rest, we're just going to let it ride, man.
Nice trades, Zunaid. Nice trade.
Ryan's the one killing it today. He's got
is there anything not up? I know energy, but like
Spencer, how's your Callaway position doing right now? ELY.
Well, everything is up today, so
his position is doing well, up 8%, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, everything outside of energy just turned green. Utilities are in the red. Obviously there are like some stuff like utilities and like those defense stocks, right? Lockheed, Northrop Grumman, GD, they're all in the red. But everything else is basically up. It's pretty remarkable. The tenaciousness. Now, this being said, I still feel like you can't just blindly come in and start buying things. If you're going to buy it, like do what these guys are doing and buy it off of the technical.
Pinduo Duo, PDD, Papa, Delta, new highs here. This thing has been printing new highs all morning.
And you've got JD now trading at 60.33. I'm going to go ahead and scale out some more. Now I'm down to only 100 shares here. Just going to let this bad boy continue going.
APPH approaching highs here too. We got a spot at 571. They were just huge bid just showed up here on APPH. This thing is no stranger to running.
The other thing I want to say is,
We just
anyone
had APPH on the show the other day. Sorry, Spencer, go ahead.
anyone making like short-term trades or anything like that, I would strongly caution against holding any of these short-term trades through the Fed meeting today. After like through 2 p.m. If you have any short-term trades on, whether you're up or not, we were asked this yesterday on the show, and like no one really knows how the market's going to react. We just know that it will react, and it is very possible that the entire sentiment of the day shifts at 2:00, right, or 2:30 when the press conference is. So I would just strongly caution whatever trades you have. I would advise get out by 2 p.m. Eastern time is all I'm saying.
And Spencer, just to kind of add to that, I know that you're predominantly talking about the Fed meeting and whatever is going to get talked about or whatever the result is when they come out. But more than that, if you look at the macro environment, we are in a bear tape. There's no getting around it. We are in a bear tape, which means if you have short-term trades, don't be afraid to take those gains when you have them. At least put some of that money in your pocket. Do not let your green trades go red in a market like this, because believe me, once you think they can't go lower, they can go lower. So make sure that you protect those gains. I think that's a really smart thing. If you load up on anything prior to the announcement here, unless the announcement was part of your trade thesis, you can exit and maybe set up again after the announcement. Just protect yourself. Protecting your capital should be rule number one every day.
Couple of things. It's like AB is promoting his Twitter account. Jason's asking how much we should charge. I think it should be his week's worth of pay. I definitely think that's appropriate to do if you're going to try to
free follow backs. Free follow backs, by the way. Aaron Bree.
How do we ban Aaron B from the show? like we banned the webcam.
Why would we ban him?
I don't know, but Jason said disagree. I don't know what he was talking about, but if he's talking about he disagrees with Spencer saying it's not a great time to buy stocks, I agree with Jason. I think now, and this is not investment advice, I think it is an absolutely great time to buy stocks. I mean, you look at stocks like Apple trading at a 26 PE. Like a lot of these names are still cheap. And there's some positive news coming out of Ukraine and Russia that we may, have the war ending soon. We may finally, get some more clarity from the Fed. Again, long term, I think this is a great time to buy stocks. I'm not talking about a trade.
I don't agree with that, but that's okay.
Well, so Spencer, let me ask you.
I'm saying long term, Spencer. I'm not saying as a trade. I'm saying like on a year's out time horizon.
I think if you buy anything like any long term positions right now, and I've bought a few things. Right, I've bought Formula One. I bought Callaway. If you buy anything now, you need to be prepared to lose money in the short term. You need to be prepared for the next few months to lose money on whatever you're buying right now.
Okay, so a couple of things. So Spencer, first of all, you don't lose till you sell. So if you buy a position now and it goes down a little bit and then it goes back up and you don't take the loss, you're still okay. So let's quit hyping there. What I would ask you instead is if you don't like stocks, where else are you going to go?
Yeah, you're going to go buy gold?
What is the other choice that you have? Don't tell me bonds or I'm going to leave.
Or cash. Cash, you're just losing.
I don't even know how to buy bonds. I'm sorry.
It's treasurydirect.gov you need.
What an awesome answer.
So is that your way of saying I am recommending bonds?
No. So
that's funny.
There are these things called I-bonds. I'm just kidding. Well, actually, no. I'm only half kidding. The problem with the I-bonds is there's a limit to what you can buy. I think it's like $8,000 or something like that. But no, in all seriousness, as a long-term investor, like I'm doing two things right now. Because I have overall I have very little crypto. So I've just been adding a little more every single month, a little more. That's because I've never sold any crypto, so I don't intend to do anything with that for years. But I'm doing that, and yeah, technically I'm a buyer right now in my like retirement accounts. I'm still buying. I'm still adding to that stuff, right? But like for the taxable stuff, where the account that I play with, really, I'm not buying anything. Is the outside of the Flonk I bought a few weeks ago, the Flonk and the Callaway. But I haven't bought anything outside of those two things in, I don't know, since last summer. I think I haven't been buying. So the answer is kind of nothing, to be honest with you. Outside of like the uber long term stuff, like the stuff that I'm not touching for decades, right? That's a different conversation. But for the taxable account where I'm like a little bit more tactical, nothing is the answer to your question. And
Yeah,
remember,
so I mean, I don't know. I disagree with that respectfully, of course. I would say that, so I'm not adding tech names here. I saw Sadat's comment, which I think was pretty good here. Let me read it so I quote him correct. But wait 5 years. I agree with Spencer. One green day and everyone forgets the week. I have absolutely not forgot the week. I'm not here buying tech stocks hand over fist. I tell you all the time, I don't really buy Chinese stocks. Here we are scalping them and day trading them today, but we're not buying these for investments. Given the larger macroeconomic picture, I think that value is where it's going to be this year. We already saw energy move earlier this year. We know we're going to have an infrastructure bill coming, even if Biden is pork barreling that later in the year, right ahead of the midterms. You're still going to get infrastructure spending. There's still good value to be found out there. And if the market is pricing in a recession, if that's what's actually happening here, then you want to look for stocks that aren't dependent on the consumer. Look for stocks that have another way of making the money. My long-term investment, Chara, is an example. It doesn't care about the consumer. It doesn't rely on the consumer. It's going to end up getting paid anyway. So there are other options. It might just be harder to find. We're here to cut through that.
Yeah, shout out Joe in the chat saying the best time to invest is now. If we had Warren Buffett on the show right now, which I could text him, but I think he's a little busy right now getting ready for the shareholder meeting. He would probably say that too, that the best time to invest is now. And then I would let Warren and Spencer have their argument for why Spencer's bearish, but Warren's bullish. But let me pull up this. So this was on Twitter, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll be able to see cool things like this. So the VIX, the VIX was above 30 for more than 10 days. And this is a chart that shows every time the VIX is above 30 for more than 10 days, what happens following that once the VIX dips below 30. Again, the VIX just tracks market volatility. Yesterday was actually the first day the VIX did close below 30. And as you can see, every other time in the past 25 years this has happened, or pretty much every single time, the next 12 months has been positive. So I see this as a great sign. Again, I mean, you can always construe facts to fit your narrative, but this is a great sign to me. Again, Aaron Bree 5 on Twitter if you want more.
No, it's on the screen actually. It's at SJ Israel on Twitter.
Oh God, Spencer.
I'm not sure what he has to do with this. I don't know. We can. I think we can agree to disagree. I think the main problems here haven't gone away. It's a vicious up day. Today and yesterday combined. Vicious up days. Hard not to have FOMO on vicious up days. But we are still within a downtrend. And until something actually changes fundamentally, be it inflation starts to come down or the Fed decides to pull back or the Fed decides to do more easing and maybe talks down more rate hikes today. Maybe they lower the bar on future rate hikes. If that happens, then maybe that changes things. And we'll see this afternoon. By the way, we'll be streaming that press conference on our channel here. But until something fundamentally changes, there are still too many unknown things. And I've been saying all year, and I remain steadfast in my belief that for the year, in the overall market, it'll be an endless chop fest. It'll be a series of up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's where we've been in for the last 6 months, more or less, if you go out further. So I remain steadfast in that opinion for the year. I'm not really doing.
You're entitled to your own wrong opinion, Spencer.
Yes, I am.
Take that.
Yes, I am.
Take that.
I love it. I mean, yeah, look, you have the Qs down 22%. If you're not investing in your Roth IRA when the Qs are down 22% from the highs,
well,
and you're a young individual, young is a relative term. I understand that, but I'm just. But I agree with you that, hey, you gotta look. I agree with you because I told my friends exactly the same thing. I said, hey, you can go ahead and start investing right now, but don't expect to go right back up. Expect another 20%, and then expect to put in more money if that were to be the case. You know what I mean?
Look, I mean, when When Benzinga first started its 401k program, I think it was 3-4 years ago now. I don't really remember anymore. But when I first started adding to it, for the first 6 months, I was down. For the first 6 months, my balance was lower than my contributions, and that's okay if your time horizon is decades, right? I didn't care about the near term performance, and I still don't care about the near term performance in that account. But in my taxable account, where I'm a little bit more strategic, I do care more about the near term performance. So you have to compartmentalize, right? You have to approach different accounts with different mindsets. For the long term stuff, yes. Time in the market beats timing the market. I say it all the time. It's my favorite saying.
It's a good one.
Keep on keeping on, right? Keep on buying. If your time horizon is decades, then today doesn't matter. Next month doesn't matter. Next year doesn't even matter. If your time horizon is 2 decades, 3 decades from now. If your time horizon is a little shorter, then that stuff starts to matter. So I'm still cautious here in the short term. And again, I'm just not really buying. I kind of need to see something.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
By the way, Baba is up for session highs here. You can see the dip down below. And by the way, Neo, I believe, cracked 18 for a second. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Yes, it did. It went all the way to about 1809.
The convenient thing about like a rip roaring rally like we're seeing today, like in the Chinese stocks, for example, is if you wanted to take if you wanted to chase all these things, you have a very clear, obvious out, right? Like in Alibaba's case, we're at 93 right now. Obvious stop out is low of the day, right? What's that? 80, 87, right? Obvious level. Fall below that, time to go. So from like a trade standpoint, again, I've said this before as well. I like trades where I have a very obvious stop, right?
Sure.
Yeah, it makes it easier. It makes it easier to actually execute it.
Yeah. So on all these Chinese stocks that are up 20, 30% here, what's DD up now on a percent basis? 42% gain for DD. Yeah, I mean, low of the day. Very
Spencer,
easy.
can I plug one of our events here real quick?
Yes, sir.
So I see Born to be Free in the chat saying, Raz, I'm coming to Vegas in June for the trading conference. It's going to be a great time. I think what you're referring to is the FinTwit conference, which is actually in May. You are correct, though. It is going to be an amazing time. Born, I hope you do make it out there. I will be out there. I hope to meet any of you that are able to make this. If you are interested in this, the earlier you are in getting your ticket, the better. As you can see here, tickets are set to go up in price in a couple of days. Definitely check this out if this is something that you're interested in. Born, I wanted to make sure that you had the dates right. I hope we're talking about the same event. It is in May, not June.
Yeah, I just put the link in the chat and it's up on the screen there now. Right there. It's
Okay.
But again, link is in chat. We will be doing a ton of promo about this. So if you're like, wait a minute, what is all this? Don't worry. We will be we're going to have Jonah Lupton on. We're going to talk about this basically every day for the next 2 months. So
yeah, we're gonna have Jonah on soon. And I actually was I had the pleasure of meeting Born to be Free at the last FinTech conference we went to. Berlin, it was great meeting you. Thanks again for that Michelob Ultra you bought me.
What? All right. Anyway, it's going to be fantastic. I hope to be there myself. Let's be honest. Half the company wants to go to this thing. More than half the company wants to go to this thing.
No question.
Who doesn't want to go to Vegas for a couple of days? And it's on a week. It's on a weekend too. It's like, because isn't the 13th like a Friday?
I believe it's a Friday, Saturday. Yeah, let me check the calendar. Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Come on.
Which means Sunday we about to give? Yeah.
All right, what?
I meant Saturday night. Never mind. Jason, is Jason still in the chat?
I don't know.
By the way, you've got some Baba calls coming in. The 105s expiring this week. These are like lottos. They're like 70 cents. I might grab a couple.
Sunny Money says he's in Vegas, or she is Sunny Money. Yeah, come on down. Put the link.
Come on down.
We will talk more about that in the coming days and weeks for sure.
I took a YOLO on Baba. Took the $100 calls. I paid about $1.47. Straight YOLO. If it goes to zero, I will be okay with it. 147. $100 calls on Baba expiring this week.
Never mind.
What?
No, I thought I saw something, but I misread the ticker because I saw I saw BRDS is trading down from the open, but I thought it was BROS, and I thought that was interesting because Starbucks had news today, but it's not Dutch Brothers, so never mind on that thought.
Sunny is a woman, so I'm sure she appreciates you correcting yourself there. Speaking of women, we talked about how we wanted to get a female trader or a woman trader. AB, where you at? Why do you leave? Why does he keep leaving?
He comes and goes.
He's got
we
other
were talking.
responsibilities he's taking care of.
We were talking about having
I don't know.
a woman trader hop on with us on live trading. He said he'd make it happen.
Wait, who said that?
I think it was AB who said that, right, Ryan? I pitched the idea, and then AB said he knew a few folks. I don't know.
I have no idea. I was reading something else. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I get ignored all the time.
Yeah, you should be used to it by now.
Look. Hold on. Wait, let's get Zunaid's thing. Look.
Hey, there you are.
Stop texting people from my phone.
Yo.
Yo.
He's calling Jason from my phone.
To do what?
I don't know. He came here, took my phone, and walked away with it.
That's why I can't come to Detroit. The man's just going to steal my shit. I just can't. By the way, you've got Baba trying to break $94 level, those contracts. Let's see if they're even up a little bit.
Dude, I'm still
they're up 18% already, those lottos. Now up 22%.
We got Mr. Raznick with us. How we doing, Mr. Raznick?
Good. Thank you for coming here, Mr. Raznick. I'm in the Uber. They gave me an Escalade. I'm in New York. I saw some people wanted to do a meetup maybe at 4 o'clock today or 5 o'clock. We may be doing like a cigar thing, but I don't know. Crazy stock day. And I think Spencer Israel is just putting a word to the caution. You know, like I mean, he's saying sell it all before the Fed. That's where I was disagreed with. But it's nice seeing some green in the portfolio today. You know what I mean?
I didn't say sell everything. He can't hear me. Probably. I don't know if he can.
Wait, can you? Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear Spencer? He's talking to you now. Oh wait, here. Let me actually. I can fix this.
No, he can hear me. I didn't say. I said sell. I know he can't hear me, but I said sell your day trade. Don't sell everything.
Here. No, I got.
Just sell the day trades.
Spencer now.
All right. Yeah, I just said sell the day trades before the Fed. I didn't mean sell everything. But
all right, this isn't working.
Wait,
right.
Spencer, try one more time. Spencer, keep talking.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, he can hear me. Sweet. Okay. No, yeah, I didn't say sell. I just meant sell the day trades. Don't sell everything. Just sell your stuff for today, because you don't know what'll happen at 2 o'clock.
But see, Spencer, I think it's so forecasted. This Fed chairman thinks that he's so unique by telling everyone what he's going to do ahead of time. So it's all forecasted. So I think it's all built in. That's why I think it won't die. Now, Spencer, you can be right that the market dies off, because it does a lot lately, because it's, it's kind of a bearish market. So you can be right there. But I just feel like whatever he's going to say is going to be nothing new unless he comes crazy and says the 0.5, even though he already said 0.25. Yeah. But I hear you. I hear you. It's better to trim some of your positions today than trimming them 2 days ago, like maybe I did on one of my positions, Hood. I had a bunch of shares. Say I had 2,000 or 20 or 5,000 shares. I went down to half the position. So that wasn't good timing.
Yeah. So Aaron just pulled up on the screen the chart, the probabilities table from the CME group. So the market's pricing a 94% chance of a quarter-point hike. That's a foregone conclusion. But the unknown. So to Raz's point, we know that, right? That's priced in. But what's not priced in is what kind of guidance do they give as far as how high they're willing to go? Are they willing to go to 1%, 1.25%, 1.5%? We don't know. Do they? And that matters. So
that makes a big difference because one of the big things about the market these days is one of the reasons you're investing in the market is because you can't get yield, elsewhere. And so as interest rates rise, I know it sounds obvious, you get yield elsewhere, and then therefore less to the market. So if the Fed says they're going to go to 1.5% or whatever it is, that does matter because then you can get yield elsewhere. We had some people in chat talk about they're in stablecoin. I think it's Brian Blockchain is about 100K in stablecoin. He's getting around 9%, and knowing him, he's probably getting 12%. So, there's alternatives these days. And I like the Fed. The inflation, the price is going up. I think it's bad for a lot of things. And that's why, I know utilities are down, but, I've been buying ET. I've been buying Kellogg's. I've been buying stuff that, isn't the usual suspects lately. But I just want to tell you about. Can I just tell you something about my hotel, Spencer, real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I get to the hotel. I make friends with the guy at the front desk. I'm very nice to him. I give him a $20 bill. I'm at the Edition Hotel in New York, and they upgrade me to the biggest room in the hotel, the penthouse. It literally like a 6,000, maybe it's 8,000 square foot room. It's like a crazy room. No, it's probably 6,000. Dining room, living room, kitchen, all this stuff. And guess what? It's just me. I have no one to like. So I'm leaving there right now to go to these meetings. I don't even get to use it. They gave me this crazy room. If I would have known, I would have had a party there. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, I want to acknowledge that, but I want to address this comment in the chat first. BZ Tokyo just said they had an earthquake in Japan.
Yeah, there's a tsunami warning out for Japan.
Holy, so
Oh, wow.
What number?
He said a 6.
6 right now.
Tokyo, yeah.
Raz, so
Is that in the Benzinga Pro news feed?
I don't know. I'm checking right now, but
Will you alert the Benzinga Pro news?
yes, we have it. We have it.
So Raz, is that just like a good pro tip? Like anytime you get to a hotel, make friends with the front desk person, slip them a 20, and they might upgrade your room.
Well, don't fully slip them the 20, but put it out there. And then they, the guy took a little long. He's like, I'm really, so yeah, you put it out there. It's a good pro tip. I mean, it is the biggest room I've ever been in. I mean, there's like art books in there. I open the book, the page it takes me to is Arnold Schwarzenegger naked. Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was great. It was a bad view though. And then I turned like 4 pages, and then it was a girl naked. That was in the room, So, that's just. I guess it's a pro tip. Yeah, sure. I don't know.
And real quick, AB, make sure Jason knows that Charlie hit that tsunami warning in real time. So Benzinga did have it. Yes, the news desk is aware.
God, okay, good.
BZ Tokyo, I don't know where you are, man. I don't know where in Japan you are.
Safe.
Stay safe. Maybe he's in Tokyo, but I don't know.
And when did Ryan Faloona get so tall? I heard you 6'6". He's a gentle giant. He's nowhere near 6'6". Am I right?
Yeah, no, he's not 6'6".
But when you're short like me, everyone that's tall looks like really tall. Like Ryan looks like he's Hunter Dickinson. He should play.
I'm actually 6'4".
Also, Raz, what's your prediction? Michigan basketball. Where are they going in the tournament?
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16. That's where you got them going.
Yeah, and Spencer Israel, are you okay to be interviewed for a show?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. Josh Raznick starting a show. His first interview is Jack Fox, and then you're a second interview.
I see a quick downgrade. All right, yeah, that's cool. I'll do it.
Downgrade all. He actually suggested.
All right, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
We had to get Jack is the one that wanted to do it. We had to get Josh to say yes, which took a lot of convincing, but eventually agreed to do it.
Yeah, so he did research. Spencer, he started Googling you last night.
I'm a very tough Google because my name. It's hard to Google me.
All right. I know I'm rooting the trading on the show right now because Zunaid is doing a phenomenal job with all the different moves that were happening. I just think Benzinga all day, every day, live Fed meeting today. It's a great show. I literally couldn't turn this off. I had to do 2 phone calls. I canceled them because I wanted to listen to the show because I didn't have my computer open. So just wanted to say great job, guys. Make some money, guys. Listen in and just keep doing your thing. And then, hey, Spencer Israel, me and Zunaid talked on text. He said it's fair to charge you $100 for each Twitter drop. I mean, not Israel. Bree. Israel, you're fine. Aaron Bree.
What?
I'm trying to. We need to, like you said, Raz. We need to build up our personalities. We need to. I'm trying to get my.
I know, but this Zunaid said $100 for each drop.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
All right,
that's fair.
All right, thanks. All right. Peace. Bye-bye.
Peace.
All right. Okay. Thank you for.
It's because you didn't send me my swag, Aaron Bree, to where Spencer had to do it. That's why we're charging.
Wait, I thought you got your swag, Zunaid. You're telling me
no.
You still have never gotten swag?
Speaking
no, I got one like a year ago.
Okay.
You were supposed to send me another.
Did Spencer?
Because I lost weight.
Spencer
he's about to.
I didn't send it. I didn't send it.
He's
yet.
about to.
Well, I don't understand your address that you gave me, so we're gonna have to talk offline about that.
What do you think? I live in Canada?
I don't know. Your address doesn't make sense to me. That
your address doesn't make sense.
What? Hold on. I would show my my address if I could.
I don't understand.
Hold on. There's an address line, then there's address line number 2, and then there's a city, state, and a zip code.
Yeah. Address line
What?
number 2. Address line number 2. That's the confusing one.
But wait, all Spencer's gonna do, Zunaid, is ask me to send it.
No, I'm not.
Yes, he is.
Spencer, I get it because it doesn't say unit XYZ. It says like EVA. Like I get that, but it's because it goes to a holding shipping place and then they bring it to me. Like the mailbox is off site and then they bring it to me. Not because I don't trust you, but that's just how it's done where I live.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a PO box that they set up for residents.
Jeff, that can't be true. Reach out. We'll fix it.
Shows at Benzinga.
100%. Yeah.
All right, whatever. It's 10:50, and I was just alerted to the fact that I didn't know this until 10 minutes ago. We have a new show that we're going to debut today.
Oh, nice.
At 11 o'clock. We have a new. It's a Web3 show. We're doing a show about Web3 with Justin Roberti, who is the man and one of our staff writers, and like he's all up in the crypto Web3 space. So that show is going to start in 10 minutes. We're going to end this stream at 11 and redirect to those guys. So stay tuned for that. But
isn't Jonathan doing a show too? I saw on
Jonathan's doing a half-hour show about Benzinga Pro every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern. Yes,
that's awesome. I'm excited to watch that.
Oh,
Yes.
wait. I'm looking at SPY right now. It looks like we didn't get a dip off that tsunami. So what I'm going to take that as is that there was an earthquake, but we're maybe not going to have a tsunami, or at least
I'm not trying to like.
Is that market news?
I'm not trying.
It is. I mean, if there was going to be like the market, I feel like goes first a lot of times than like even what we get.
Yeah, but look at all the shit that we're. Yeah, you know what? I won't be the insensitive one because I know Spencer's.
Yeah. Can we like not turn this into like a tradable thing, please? Like natural disasters. Please.
I'm not trying to do that, Spencer. What I was trying to say was that like if it was likely we were going to see a tsunami, I would have expected to see a bigger dip in the. So
I think it's just the language, Bree. I think that a tsunami warning means that one is possible based on this actual earthquake, but I don't know that it's anticipated yet. So I think if there is going to be a market move to, I understand what Spencer's saying about not wanting to trade natural disasters. Okay, but sometimes the market will react to a natural disaster. Bree, I think we're in the warning stage right now.
Yeah,
and also depends on
here's what I'm looking at right now. It shows there's an advisory, a forecast. So it looks like warning is the red, which would be more, a purple would be the worst, major tsunami warning. Red would be really bad. Yellow here where the epicenter, where the earthquake actually happened, blue around it. So it sounds like we're not on that like severe end of the tsunami warning.
And also keep in mind, it also depends on what market, right? U.S. markets, maybe not, but Happy mentioned the Asia stocks.
Well,
they took a dip.
I mean, if I wanted to be an asshole, I would pull up the EWJ ETF, which I'm doing right now. And this is
so you are an asshole. Okay,
the Japan ETF. This is Japanese stocks that trade that you can buy here in the U.S. So, there, look, there it is.
That's a 15-minute. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. What do you want? 1 minute?
1 minute. Yeah. To see when the news dropped and if we saw volume.
Was that could have been it? Yeah. That big volume bar a half hour ago.
I mean, yeah, because you got to stick there as well.
That could have been.
My point wasn't trying to turn this into a tradable event. It was more that I will sometimes use the markets as like. I don't know if I'm going to do a good job of articulating this, but for example, if you turn on CNN or the media and everyone's talking about we're heading to World War III, but the markets are up, then I would say, oh, the markets are saying that we're not, they're not pricing in a World War III, even if that's what the media is saying. And I think a lot of times the market kind of moves first in a lot of that.
Sure.
I don't know if that makes sense to you.
It does. Makes a lot of sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good note though. I mean, to Zunaid's point, you have a huge volume bar and a huge wick. This is computers reacting instantaneously to geopolitical / natural disaster events. That's what this is.
And then look, that candle bar ended up being resistance so far. As we are trading lower and it never broke above like that. The high of it. Yeah, the close of that candle.
I don't know what Kurt Love is saying in the chat. If anyone's got a good translator, let me know.
Says,
Zen Bullish says Justin Roberti is like a Ken Burns. I'm going to tell him you said that. That's probably a very high compliment for Justin.
Especially if he's a baseball fan.
I don't care about that. I'm going through just the most searched tickers today on Benzinga Pro. It's all Chinese stocks.
Spencer, can we look at some of the betting stocks? I mean, you got to think March Madness has got to be a great time for some of these betting stocks. And I know it's like priced in. People are going to be betting a lot on college basketball. But if we start getting metrics coming out in real time that the numbers of people betting and the amounts of dollars bet on these games are far surpassing expectations, then March Madness could be a positive catalyst for a lot of these betting stocks.
Yeah, we know this. The market knows this. It's hard to differentiate because everything is up today, Aaron, right? Like DraftKings is up 8%. Penn is up 3%, but almost every stock is up today anyway. So it's a little bit hard to differentiate whether it's probably just an overall market movement.
Checks, man. I want to address this real quick. I think what happened was, so we were planning our own Vegas festival, and then we were also working with Jonah Lupton. And because they were so close together, we decided to just kind of combine forces. So the Benzinga Trading Festival will be now in May.
May 13, 14.
We dropped that link earlier. We'll drop it again. That is what I understand right now. I will let you know if something changes. But as of right now, we are doing the Trading Festival in Vegas in May. And
I want to add that my birthday is May 15th, which is that Sunday.
So we definitely gonna get.
Yeah,
and I'll add that my birthday is May 5th.
That's not relevant. That's not relevant.
Yeah, that's like, come on.
May the 5th be with you. That's relevant for Star Wars fans. But I got to one up both you. My birthday is tomorrow.
What?
No, it's not. What?
Get wrecked. It is St.
Nice.
Patrick's Day.
Your birthday? Oh, I knew that. Yeah. Okay. Because
that is awesome.
We're gonna have a fun birthday stream tomorrow. I don't have anything special planned other than making some money.
Is Mitch coming back tomorrow?
Yes.
All right. We need like a GIF of Ryan in like a birthday. I was gonna say birthday suit for a second.
Shout out Born to Be Free. Won a couple grand on the Kraken game the other day. Also, Born to Be Free. I saw you hit a nice slot machine. It's always fun.
I love
it. I've actually never played a slot machine.
Did I play the Jerome Powell video that? Or did anyone play that video? No? Okay. Someone was kind enough to make this video for us this morning.
I love it. It's so accurate.
I mean, I wish I could unsee that.
Spencer, how could you watch that and then still be bearish?
All right, real quick. Speaking of stuff that's coming up, Ryan and I are going to have a Twitter Spaces tomorrow. Wait, no, we're not doing this on your birthday.
I guess we are.
I didn't know that when I scheduled this. So
now don't you feel like a jerk?
I mean, a little bit, because you said check my calendar. That's all you said.
No, I didn't put my birthday on my calendar. It's no problem.
No, we can reschedule this Twitter Spaces.
I'm working on my birthday. I mean, we got the start of the March Madness tournament. We got money to be made.
Right,
I mean,
well, Ryan and I
is the ante to play.
Well, Ryan and I will be doing a Twitter Spaces tomorrow at 1 p.m.
I wasn't invited.
I know. Sorry. Only people that are bullish. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. And we're just going to talk stocks. We're going to talk trades. So instead of streaming it, we'll still have our charts up. We'll try to call out tickers. We'll talk about Benzinga Pro, different things like that. And we would love to set a reminder, but apparently Twitter Spaces, you can't set multiple reminders for Twitter Spaces, which I think is silly.
And we do have another Twitter Space at
in the morning,
3 p.m. Eastern.
That's on Friday.
No, tomorrow. It's tomorrow with Jason and Orlando Bravo, who Orlando Bravo's a huge name in private equity, multi-billionaire, and he's a big investor in crypto and Web3, and kind of the whole space is going to be about the future of Web3 and crypto. And if you're like me and you don't know that much about it, it'll be a great space because we're going to kind of start from square one and see why Orlando Bravo, this big name in private equity, who again is like a billionaire, is so interested in that space.
I just want to clarify. I am always going to be, because Zunaid made a comment about me being bearish. I am long-term bullish. I'm always long-term bullish. Unless literally a nuclear bomb goes off, I will be bullish, long-term bullish forever. It's in my own best interest to be bullish, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
In the short term, yes, I am bearish. In the short term, I am bearish. But in the long term, I am bullish. All
right, so you just heard it straight from Spencer. He is a perma bear. Let's move on. Clearly, we figured it out.
Unless a nuclear bomb goes off.
Jim Chanos over here.
Unless
Shane.
nuclear war would change my thesis there, but other than that, I think it's in my own.
Oh my
best.
God, Darla's going with an AB deep cut from months ago. I don't even remember trades that I made months ago like that. But yeah,
Wow.
that was a great day. Clorox puts.
Wow.
So we got a new show starting here in a minute, right?
Yeah, we do. Our new Web3 show.
Hey, Spencer's a redirect set.
The redirect is set. I just found out about it. That's okay. Whatever. Anyway, this was fun. Guys,
This was awesome. I
smash
just
that like button.
absolutely love hanging out with the community. It's so awesome.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
It's the best part of.
I envy Spencer and AB. You guys have so much fun on your. I know we got 30 seconds or less on your live trade. The live show that you guys do in the afternoon. I love it. I love it. Very jealous.
It's fun when I'm not in a bad mood because there's been like no prep done for it, and then we just yell.
AB, that's a shot at you. So get your shit together.
No. Sometimes it's my. Sometimes it's me too.
EMDB saying turning 30 was weird. It's like he's old, but it's not. I saw this on Twitter. You're in your 20s until you turn 37. So the 36 is the last year of your 20s.
All right, you guys figure that out. I'm
I
out.
don't know about that. All right.
See ya. Bye.
Take care.
See you, Zunaid. See you, Ryan. See you, Aaron. Aaron and I are going to be back live in a half hour.
Love y'all.
On Benzinga Live, and I'm going to end this show and go over to our new Web3 show. Smash that like.